Guys! Oh, ha, ha. Christmas is happening! My second favorite holiday behind Halloween. I love you, Christmas. Oh. Whoa! Whoa! What? Yeah, these are the French fries from the cafeteria at the museum last night. So what? Fuck you. I live my life in my own way if I want to. Don't come following me. Fuck off. Cool shot or unreasonably pretentious? You decide. Tell me below.
Hey! Hey! Hey, you talking to me? You talking to me? We're just a couple of good feathers. There she is, the Intrepid Sea, Air, and Space Museum.
Hey guys, I'm just gonna jump in here up top to let you know if you're wondering why I didn't visit the Enterprise orbiter on this trip to the Intrepid Sea, Air, and Space Museum. It's because I devoted a whole episode to that. It was great and very emotional, so that'll be fun for everyone to see me do that. But it's great. Put a link in the description. Check it out. All right, on with the show.
This is the USS Growler, and she is the only American guided missile sub open to the public. She and her sister ship Grayback were the only two of their submarine class in the Grayback class, and they were, there's her name right there, Growler, and they were also the only two subs that were diesel subs as opposed to nuclear subs that had nuclear deterrent capability during the Cold War. She was decommissioned in 1964, I want to say?
1964.
I think that's right. Guys, conditions on subs even nowadays are non-optimal. I mean, you gotta really not be claustrophobic, but look at this, she's not a big ship, boat, and the conditions whenever they first started out from port, they would actually have cans stacked on the ground in some of these boats, so people were walking on like the canned foods and they just use it as they go along. And of course, people smoked back then in the 40s, 50s, and 60s. And so you can imagine what that air was like when you're... Ugh.
There were a surprising number of foreigners visiting the Intrepid Museum.
This is the forward torpedo room.
Ryan, some things in here don't react well to bullets. Yeah, like me. I don't react well to bullets. Thank you. Thank you. That was not only a Sean Connery impression and an Alec Baldwin impression, that was an impression of Alec Baldwin doing a Sean Connery impression.
3-man staterooms. This is pretty cool, guys. Like, I want my dining room to look like this.
I I think I like it so much because it reminds me of the decor on board the Starship Enterprise in Star Trek 1, 2, and 3, those movies. I think I just want to live on the Enterprise. That should come as a shock to absolutely nobody.
The goat locker. Oh. Checkers, y'all.
Okay, the goat locker. That is the CPO lounge, Chief Petty Officer, which is the highest enlisted officer on board, and they had the responsibility for training new submariners. And this supposedly the goat lounge, you needed permission to enter it. Even higher ranking officers needed permission to enter it if you weren't a CPO. And supposedly the etymology of the name goat locker comes from ancient or older ships whenever they were sails that carried actual goats on board, not only for milk and meat, but also to dispose of refuse. So theoretically, the idea is that the goats were indispensable to Navy life. That may be apocryphal, but it's a good story. And goat locker, I mean, I want that as my autobiography name.
Oh, they've got the steering wheels and stuff there. Valve panes, smell panes. Hello.
Those are periscopes.
It's light. I'd like to see the light.
See the light.
Oh, dirty things.
Guys, this is the British Air Concord, and she, on February 7th, 1996, made the fastest Atlantic crossing in 2 hours and 52 minutes and 59 seconds, traveling over twice the speed of sound. She flew at 1355 miles per hour, I want to say. They don't fly these anymore because they're incredibly fuel inefficient, despite the fast crossing. I mean, it's not practical. They're developing aircraft now that will be able to fly in like a suborbital flight, so that you'll be able to go up above the majority of the atmosphere, and you won't have to burn nearly as much fuel, and it'll be like a big parabola flight. Well, I mean, all flights are a parabola, but you'll expend so much less fuel because you'll be able to coast, and then once you start coming back down, you do a burst of speed and burn, and then fly back up. And this will happen like every 30 minutes or so, and you'll be able to get anywhere in the anywhere in the world, I'm sorry, in less than 2 hours. And yes, please. That sounds amazing. Guys, this is the USS Intrepid. She was an aircraft carrier built in 1943. She served during World War II and Vietnam. Survived so many attacks. She survived 4 kamikaze attacks and 1 torpedo attack. She had such bad luck and was in dry dock so much for repairs that she got the nickname the Decrepid. She was also the recovery vehicle for NASA for a Mercury and Gemini mission. She was eventually decommissioned and brought here. Oh, she was decommissioned in 1974 and brought here. I'm not sure the year on that. But let's go inside. The flight bridge.
Just says you're not allowed to. So yes, thank you.
Hi.
They had these retired Navy sailors on board the Intrepid that had actually served on her in strategic places, telling us about the ship. So that was pretty awesome. I did not expect that, and it was cool, like, just to sit and listen to them. End of transmission.
So you said this was the Admiral's Bridge?
This is the Admiral's Bridge.
And
the Admiral's on board when this is the flagship.
oh, okay.
Flagship means it's the center of a task force that might be configured similar to this with 15 or 20 ships surrounding it.
Mm-hmm.
from here, the angle lets all the captains know what the mission is.
And you said the captain's bridge was up there?
Captain's directly above.
Oh, okay.
Deck up.
Great. Thanks.
All right. Watch your head over here. Pretty low too.
I usually don't have to worry about that very much.
Yeah, big guy.
This is the captain's bridge.
Why was there never an aircraft carrier transformer? Was it not to step on the toes of G.I. Joe, the USS Flag? Oh, right here.
Joe! He'll fight for freedom wherever there's trouble. G.I. Joe is there.
That thing. That doesn't make any sense. I mean, they were both Hasbro. I feel like that was a real missed opportunity. And now I need to make some fan art.
I like the built-in cup holders.
You better know where they're going. They don't usually make the turn like that.
Unless, remember what I said, conditions of the sea and depends on the circumstances.
Okay.
You want to turn like that, it'd be quicker. The only time we did this was whenever the ship left dry dock after major overhaul. We go down to our training grounds, Guantanamo Bay, Cuba, and for 6 weeks, that's all we would do, training like that, hard left, hard right, flight operations, make sure that all the weapons work, make sure that the ship, everything works, the steering, especially the steering, that's how we used to test the steering. So yeah, we did all that. If you had a turn like that, unless you tie all the aircraft down, everything's going to go over the side. Taxpayers would be extremely angry at you, but you lose millions and millions and millions of dollars worth of aircraft.
You may wonder why in like war movies you always see things in red light, like especially on submarines, and that's because the red light is to preserve the night vision, but also so you can read fine detail on like the instruments and stuff like that. It's recently been discovered that actually blue lights are even better for this. So that's why in movies and TV and like subs, war rooms, ships, stuff like that, that's where the red light comes from. And you know, my secret bunker, that's the way it is too. What? No, I didn't. I didn't say secret bunker. No. No.
Oh, there's down to the flight deck. Well, guys, that was great. I mean, the whole experience was great. Obviously, the Enterprise was my favorite. But now, I mean, thankfully it stopped raining for a little bit, but I am cold, my feet are wet, and I'm hungry, and I'm a wee bit parched. I feel like I need to have myself some kind of a libation. So maybe we find ourselves, I'm feeling a bit peckish. That's the same thing as hungry. Okay, let's get some food and some booze.
Okay, this place was Niza Pizza. I think I'm pronouncing that right. Niza, link in the description. And I went in there and had the... Excuse me? I went in there and had the white clam and chilies pizza with roasted garlic. And it was amazing. It was great. And I realize I say that a lot, but, you know, guys, maybe it's because I meticulously research where I'm going to eat and just throw a rock in New York City and you're gonna heat a great place to eat. I don't know where this accent's from, but you'll heat a great place to eat. Maybe Scottish? I'm not sure. That pizza was so good. Oh no.
Excuse me. Well, you're always saying that you wanna be free, but you come running back. You come running back. You come running back to me. I can't sing. Anybody remember that movie? Denzel Washington, John Goodman, Azrael the Demon. Oh, what was the name of that movie?
Fallen. Oh man. For all of you out there screaming the answer, so am I. It's Fallen. The movie is Fallen. Fallen, Fallen, Fallen. Woo! That is... frustrating. He can't hear us. Guys, sometimes accidents happen in life. That's all I needed to be tonight, was wetter. I didn't make it to the Manhattan Murder Well because it started raining a lot harder and my feet were soaked and I was tired of being wet and cold and just decided to come back to my hotel and just bathe myself in gin. I don't want to overpromise and underdeliver what else I have planned for tomorrow, but I hope you enjoy it. Oh boy, I'm just glad to be dry. Yep. Just, by the way, like, comment, and subscribe, you guys. And thanks for watching. And that is the end of this transmission. Say it with me, everybody. Pistols at dawn.